Hi, everybody. This is intimidating. I mean, sitting there in the middle looking around, I'm like, there's not that many people here. I wasn't right. Well, I'm here to tell you a little bit about how I've gotten to where I am, and in order for that to mean anything to you guys, I need to tell you how I got there. So, who I used to be? My name is Shea Esposito. I'm 17 years old. I'm currently in grade 12 at Sturgeon Compson High School in Nemeo, in the Edmonton area. I'm a singer and a writer. I started both at a really young age. And I played basketball, like she said, throughout school until grade 11 when I had to get a job. So, cell phone bills. My anxiety problem and my depression started in the 6th grade when things like popularity started to matter. I was basically a boy when I was a kid. I was like really a tomboy kid. I didn't care about appearances. That stuff didn't matter to me at all. You start getting to that age where that's all that matters, and nobody wanted to be my friend. I mean, I always struggled with self-image issues. I think every teenager does. It's not even fair to say every girl does. Everybody does. And junior high is really like the worst time of anyone's life, in my opinion. I lost all of my friends through grade 6 and 7 because I wasn't what they considered to be cool. I was bullied a lot through junior high in particular. I used to get called a freak almost daily. And as most girls are at that age, I was harassed a lot by boys. I was angry all the time because I was always trying to fit into a niche that I didn't even like, because that's what we're supposed to do. And I know now that none of that matters, but to a kid, and I'm sure all of you know, and those of you that have kids, know that that's all that matters, is being liked. I was incredibly depressed in these years. I was self-harming, I was drinking, I started smoking. I almost completely stopped singing. It took a really long time and a lot of really forced support from my family and the friends I made towards the end of junior high and in grade 10 when high school started. So it took a lot of support from them to start understanding that, the person that has to come first is me. That's it. Like, you need to focus on your own happiness. You can't be living for anybody else. Life isn't about impressing anybody. It's about finding what makes you happy and just doing it, regardless. Without this incredible support system, I'm not sure where I'd be today. Something that everybody should remember is that life is a game of chess. You have to be the player of your own game, not a piece on someone else's board. You keep your vital pieces close and sacrifice the ones that drag you down. You can't win the game with pawns. It wasn't until I realized this that I stopped trying to change myself and started playing for myself. And once you can accept who you are, you realize that you really do have something to live for. So I worked every day to get better. I picked up my guitar again, I started singing again, I started exercising again. I didn't really have basketball, but I mean, I've always liked being active, and as much as every kid will say it doesn't, it really does help everything. And yeah, it's always going to be hard, but if you're ever looking for a purpose in life, just step back. Your reasons are sitting all around you right now. Everybody has somebody, friends and family that need you, people that look up to you, or even somebody that you need to prove wrong. I had to get better because I didn't ever want anybody to feel the way that I did. The suffering only lasts for so long before you start to realize this and you start seeing beauty in everything around you. I got better because I could sing about it, I could write about it. To this day, those are my best stress relievers, that and exercise, being active. I started making more of an effort to go out, spend time with my friends rather than sitting at home and gaming. I started working harder on my music career, and since then have come incredibly far. I met a manager from Ontario, and through him met my producer Trey Mills. We recorded my first single, Toy Soldier, and with that won the Ralco Radio grant for $10,000. I used that to record my first album. I wrote 8 songs over 3 months about overcoming depression. I released that in June of 2014, and since then have been getting a lot of amazing responses. I'm getting college radio play in Canada. I've had radio play in the UK. I made it to the finals in a cross-Canada songwriting competition called It's Your Shot, as well as finals in an international songwriting competition hosted in the UK. So I'm just here to tell you that it does get better. You can't give up. There's an entire world of possibilities. I know that everybody says that, but I mean, just look at me. I took a handful of pills when I was 14 years old. But by just embracing who I am and what I love to do, and making that, the ultimate goal, I'm better than I've ever been, and I'm proud of the person I've become and what I've accomplished. The important thing to remember from an educational viewpoint is that you can't tell somebody what they need to do to get better, because everybody's different. Not everything's going to work the same way, right? So you can't just tell them. You need to listen. You need to understand where they're coming from and what they're feeling, and help them to help themselves. You can't fix anybody. You need to show them how to do it for themselves, right? Rationalizing one's own emotions is probably the hardest thing a person can do, but rationalizing is the only way to overcome. I still have my bad days, and I always will. This will follow me throughout my life, but the thing is that I know that, and I know how to help myself when I need it. I know who I can speak to and what coping mechanisms work for me, what stress relievers work, and that's what you need to point out to anybody that's going through something like this. That's what they need to understand. And so I think that's overall what needs to be taught to teens with mental illness, is how they can help themselves. Well, I'm going to sing one of the singles the first single I released off the album. For you guys, it's called I See Everything.
Test? Yeah. There are ghosts in my bedroom and they paint the walls gray. They make me remember the mistakes that I made, and they shatter my eyelids and they make me see red. My blood hits the sink and I start over again. Tell me there's nothing wrong with me. There's not a thing that I don't see, but I'd rather be blind. I'd rather be blind. Tell me there's nothing wrong with me. There's not a thing that I don't see, but I'd rather be blind. I'd rather be blind. There's a crack in my mirror and it changes my face. It makes me see things